Hello there, it's me, Sari here again, and today I thought I'd give it a go making myself a ruler-bound lunch bag album. I saw a girl making something on YouTube and I thought that the idea was pretty good actually. Instead of making the album horizontal, she actually made it, I think it's vertical you call it, and she did put a flap on top of each bag, and in order to do so she had a piece of paper that she had cut off that end in order to make it go into the gasset there. And of course I have trimmed this black paper to size so it would fit, but I'm intentionally leaving a little bit of room here so it'll be easier to actually open the flap up. So in this case I do have some room for a photo perhaps, or even a double spread here. And I don't want to put the ruler and the binding on top of the paper bag because that would absolutely make the bag so much smaller, and even the tag, if I'm going to put anything in here, that would also be limited. So I was thinking I'd make the same thing for the inside there on this side. So I had made a smaller one. So this one is as wide or deep as I can put into the bag, and then I have just put on a piece of an ending here that is as wide as the ruler itself. And now I have to remember that when I'm putting these black pieces in, I mustn't put them all the way in, because I think that will make it a little bit harder for me to actually open the book up, because this ruler is going to have its depth as it is. So I need to think about where to put this and how deep I'm going to put it. And as for the covers, I have just used a cereal box and I have covered both sides with some black paper. And I have done the same width here. So I'm actually able to open up the book. It's a bit tough, I must tell you. So even here I need to think about not putting the ruler over the scored line there. So I'll be able to open the book up. So it's going to look like this, and then I'm going to have an extra page and to flip and flop through. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make this work. And it was actually Tim Holtz that gave me this idea of actually buying these wing screws and bolts, and just to put several pages here, make the holes with a crocodile, and then just bind it together. So let's see if I can make this work. So I'm just going to talk you through the process because I haven't done this before, so you'll be with me on the journey really. But I do believe that I have mentioned the things that are important to think about right now. So the bag has got the possibility of making a pocket, so I absolutely want that possibility. So that is why I'm putting the papers in between the folded, or just on the sides really, so I won't take that much of that away. So let's see, I'm going to start gluing this one down, and I'm going to remember not to put the flap or hinge or something. I'm not going to put it all the way in, and this is the side that I want to use, so I need to pay attention to where I'm putting it and how far in, and I also want to get it straight up there. So I'm thinking that, well, I'm hoping this will work. So I just need to remember this all the way through. Perhaps I need to do something with the covers as well, make a second. Well, I'm hoping, I mean this is pretty tough now since it is 3 layered, so I just have to force it to go that way and the other way. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make it work. It's an interesting thought anyway. So this is the first one, And you know, I might actually do the side as well, so I'm actually ready with that one then. So I think I'll just put the tape. And as for this one, I don't think I have to be that careful about not putting it all the way in, because I do want it to be side to side there. So I'm just going to lift it and try to find the place. And at times the bags are a bit uneven, so you have to take that into consideration. And if it seems like it's going to be difficult to fold, well, try making a second score line or something. Perhaps I ought to have taken it a little bit more out, because it's giving me a hard time already. So perhaps I need to just learn to take it out a little, leave it there, and just press it down like so. Perhaps that's the easiest way. Yes, you see, so much easier. So now I'm there, but it does seem a little bit crooked or uneven. You see, I didn't do a good job, so I need to do it once more. And this is really trying my patience, you should know. I am a Sagittarius, you see, and patience is not one of my virtues, I'm sorry to say. But since I am trying to make this into something nice, I have to give this an effort, a proper effort, that is. Let's see. Well, it doesn't really work no matter how hard I try. Well, you know, they say that idiocy is doing the same thing over and over again and expects a different outcome. So perhaps I ought to think about that also. Because I don't want to be an idiot now, do I? I'm thinking, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Well, it'll have to be. I'm not sure. I'm not going to be bothered about it. I think I'll just clip it off later. Cut it off later. So that's one. And now I have to think about leaving this one on the outside there. And the same thing goes for this. To not put tape all the way out there. You know, it could be a wise thing to use that one as a guide. Then I know it's not too far in. So that was a light bulb moment there. So perhaps I ought to put the tape on the other side even, to be even more clever. So I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to use that one as a guide. That was a clever idea, now wasn't it? Let's see if I can make this one work better. Now it went up. It doesn't matter. It's going to be alright. So let's put the tape on the other side then. And I always have to think about, this is the one. So I won't be putting the flap on the other side because, my goodness, something went wrong here. It's always the at the diagonal cut piece of paper, that side I should work with, not this one. So it's going to go like so. So I'm just putting a tape like here. No, not that far out. Now I'm all at a loss here. I was supposed to put it there. Well, let's see. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go like so, and I'm going to put this one in here. And if there's any tape, I can just rub it off like that. And then I'm going to go for the cut piece here. And I'm going to turn them over. And I'm going to put the tape there. There. And then I'm going to tuck it in there. And then when I fold it, it's all right. So this one is going to go there. Just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. And some people, you know, have a problem saying my name. So sometimes they say sorry when they're supposed to say sorry. I suppose it's difficult. Like so, and I've got that space there. And this one is going to go so. So now it was actually a good thing that I'm working with two different colors, because first I was a bit, well, troubled by it being both this craft color and I didn't have anything to match with it, you see, when you count to the hinges and such, but I just thought I'd give it a go, and now that I can see and I can use these to absolutely help each other out when it comes to putting it where it belongs. So I'm actually happy about it. And I'll just have to figure out a nice way to cover it up so it does look like it's supposed to be like this. I was thinking of inking the paper bags up or just painting them with black. I could do that perhaps later, but I'm not really convinced that that's the best idea I could come up with. Let's see, it's going to be right. And there you have it. And one more. Still I hesitate, you see. So this one is supposed to be there. find it there and there. And then the final flap. Do it like so. So, there we have it. I mean, you could go on putting in as many pages and pockets you like, but just think about if you're going to put some tags and stuff in here, it's going to be pretty thick. And now, you know, it does seem a little bit too thin to put all these long screws and everything in here. So perhaps I should, you know, I got an idea now. Perhaps I ought to put strips of carton or something in between each bag, because in that way I could actually get more room, and I'm thinking it would be easier to absolutely flip through this book. So now I'm going to pause and I'll come back, and I'm going to put something like this in between each of these, because I want to build this book up widthwise. So I'll be back.